Okay, so we can do touched by holiness and profit factor. Selling the forgiveness of the or Cognatus left behind many treasures that are now coveted by a powerful rogue trader. Okay. Shards of priceless. I'm gonna go with selling the forgiveness of the can be source of revenue. I mean, or +2 for all colonies. Oh, interesting. Order of Hammer has closely held an ambitious dream to erect a giant spire that will reach up to Foulstone orbit. Powerful Vox station will broadcast prayers and sermons to the entire planet, while the voice of the astropathic choir will carry sacred words across the Koronus Expanse. Oh, that's an interesting one. All allies gain times dog. Oh, I mean that's good for Argenta. Let's do that. Like she gonna get. Wait, did I have any more? Wait, what are you? Oops. Okay, this one is not done yet. So they do just. Oh, thank you. Finish over time. So we did restoration. Now we can do genetic mercy. The genetic purges will be stopped. This world needs working hands. Issuing decree will significantly tighten. No, I don't like the sound of that one so far. According to the new doctrine, the disenfranchised will be no filth of the expanse. 20% scrap for winning space, or void ship. So more and more ships arrive in orbit. The reduction of duties and reign and customs will allow the black market to. But security will be down 3. I don't like that. I think so. What is genetic mercy? In the eyes of the Imperium, they're merely okay. I mean, we kind of do need working hands at this point. I'm leaning towards that. But are any of them? Must be completed. So doing this, I don't know if they'll get us any of those other ones. Doctrine of rationality. Decree of diligence. So literally filth of the expanse is like ability of a colony to cope with negative events on its own. Honestly, this one's kind of nice in that we get more money. Lord Captain, a disturbing report has come from the quarries of Vabor 6. As slave laborers have lost their minds, they forget how to use tools. They huddle together and continue to stare aimlessly into space, even under lashes of whips, ruining the mining deadlines. Some people get obsessed with using their nails to claw out the blasphemous symbols on the tools, on the machines, even on their own bodies. Most mad have painted the walls of several mines from floor to ceiling with symbols and then gone off the deep into the mining tunnels. None of them could be found. The wardens consider it performance to divert attention away from the escapees and the impending rebellion. What are the symbols? It's hard to give these drawings any sort of intelligible definition. Unnaturally round circles connected by lines. The lines are interrupted by groups of dots, and patterns can sometimes follow some sort of logic, but sometimes be unique. I can provide pics of them. After examining them, you realize the symbols are connected through a strange logical sequence. What did my advisors say? Spotting an intriguing pattern in the drawing of the symbols left by the prisoners, hypothesis they have a practical purpose, requesting access to the mines and to investigate the specimen. Disappearing prisoners? What's the point of running away from penal servitude if the entire world is a prison cell? No, Shireen, these ashmags have found some sort of smuggling tunnel and are hiding there, and the drawings are their secret language, which they used to give order to their fellow prisoners. I know some guys who can find the secret places. If the slaves will continue to disappear for no reason, then unrest will soon follow, whether out of fear disappearing. To stifle this, we have put pressure on the slave leaders. My experience suggests these people can hold more sway than warden. I want research. I want to know what this is. There is no sacrifice more worthy than one done in the name of the search for knowledge. The wise servants of the Omnissiah have interrogated the strange prisoners. Research on their brain tissue did not reveal any mutations. These laborers have completely lost their utility, have been granted servitorization in order to maintain production levels. It seems in the end something was found after all. The drawings of the prisoners have been too systematic. They could not simply be gibberish. The set of repeating elements of the dashes and dots are far too similar. If it is indeed a secret language, then judging by its complexity and the impossibility of decoding it, the language is definitely not created by a convict. And that interests me. The convicts will be of much greater use if they are kept from sleep. No. There's a rumor that there are several warp guides among the convicts, unsanctioned semblances of navigators. Maybe worth to hunt them down and press them into service. Or, no. All allies gain +5 commerce, 4% hit chance. Mining complexes are getting crowded. Individual pods and tranquilizers for the convicts could solve the problem. Efficient. That's an interesting one. So I either like security or ergonomics. Are there... Okay, so we'll get that one. Or... So it looks like ergonomics is gonna give us 2 separate options later, so we're gonna go with that. Okay. Hello, we are here. Let's actually... Wait, what is this? Focus the camera on... Oh, there we go. Oh, isn't that lovely? Let's go in, and then we're gonna hop out and make sure that there's nothing else we need to know. And I kind of want to see if, because Achilles has contacted us, if Heinrich has anything to say about that. And like if there's anything we need to know as far as like where to go for him. Just in case I have it wrong. Better to be safe than sorry, in my opinion, when it comes to this stuff. Okay. Hello?
Lord Captain.
Okay, nothing.
Lord Captain.
And then, do you have anything about this?
You have my complete attention.
Okay, nothing. Wait, I just realized we never talked to Irelet. She's over here. We'll have to talk to her soon. But let's figure out what to do next. Okay, so I have learned that I didn't miss anything as far as the quest goes. We're gonna get something to pop up, but apparently most people have said that it's so many jumps. And obviously I don't think we've done enough jumps for like the next part to pop up. So I do want to get this Dargona stuff done. The quest for Jai, as well as, well, this now. Mainly because I'd like to get it done. So who am I gonna leave behind? Okay, you know, doesn't she do the same thing that Cassia does? So I'm gonna leave Cassia and bring Pascal instead, because that seems to make sense in my brain. And if I fudge it and it's more quest-based than jump-based, then I will we'll reload. But I'm hoping that this is all actually jump-based like I thought. Oh. And you've got level ups. Yeah, she is an officer. Good! I didn't mess that up. Okay, overwhelming, chooses one area. Okay, we'll try that. Imperium lore or persuasion. Let's up that for sure. Point of interest or redeployment. On a back, yeah, because I think I normally sit in the back, or Tess rather sits in the back line normally, so that would make sense. All right, let's see. How many babies do I have today? Like, honestly, the fact that this cherub is 3. Is it supposed, like, is this just the cherub? Is it really just supposed to be 3? Or, like, is it cursed? I'm okay if she's cursed. Like, if she's cursed, that would actually probably make me very happy. A turn after turn, stream of petitioners pours through. Okay.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Oh gosh, Tess. Greetings. Welcome to the Palace of the Adeptus Administratum. Your ladyship, please follow me. Okay. Shall we follow? Okay.
Follow my lead.
Tess, we are being... Oh, checking coordinates. Continue in this direction to reach your destination. Your visit has been logged. Oh, right. This direction, as in here.
A new challenge for me.
Yes, Tess. paperwork. Brand new challenge, girl. You've never seen anything as terrifying as paperwork. Let me tell you.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Hello? An ancient-looking woman in voluminous robe peers at you critically through her ocular lens when you descend into the bowels of her bureaucratic domain. Another noble bypassing the queue under the pretext of just wanted to ask. All you highborn ever want is just to ask. What about protocol? That's what I'm asking. Who's going to follow protocol? Jai glances at you and whispers, what? So I paid off a few clerks to let us skip the queue, Shireen. Your time is more important to me than any little formalities. I don't suppose being the rogue trader and owner of this world matters at all. Very well, don't just stand there. You're here now, or do you think the Master of Seals has nothing better to do than receive unexpected visitors? The old woman beckons over a servo skull floating nearby. Begin entry, current hour, current turn, current cycle, 41st millennium. Metal manipulators immediately begin feverishly clacking, taking dictation. Don't you want to know who I am? Tessera Von... Wait, so she knows and she doesn't give a shit? Honestly? I like her. I like this Master of Seals. No, the fact that she just doesn't give a shit makes me so happy. Tessera Von Valencia, sole heir of the rogue trader Theodora Von Valencius, may the throne's radiance guide her path onto the other side. In a practice move, the Master of Seals twists her magnifying ocular lens and examines the ledger in front of her. The sole person to publicly assert their claim, to be precise. Abelard Wassarian, the older woman directs her gaze over your shoulder. Seneschal and right hand of the now departed Theodora Von Valencius and her now exactant heir. The older woman smacks her lips in satisfaction, nods curtly. Of course I know who's standing before me. It's my job to know. Jai shifts deliberately, putting her jeweled augmetic on display. Does that mean that my reputation has preceded me as well, esteemed Damar? No, I have received no reports about you. Tell me about yourself. I am the law, and I oversee order in this section of the Koronus Expanse, as well as on worlds of the Von Valencius Protectorate, in accordance with the ancient covenants made with your ancestors. I hold the power to grant petitioners what they seek, and to punish criminals for failing to carry out the Imperium's will. Jai continues in a whisper. She's ancient enough herself. Look at her. She's a bona fide living mummy. Jai, not now. My companion wishes to obtain Mercatum Tabula Officiale. The Master of Seals peers over her ocular lens at Jai in disbelief and then looks at you. I take it you're her sponsor. In that case, you must submit a written application in conformity with template number 404.01, as well as a written permission for the processing and notarization of the personal data, your most sacred personage. Without it, I cannot issue Mistress Hidari. Mistress Hidari, with a form for collecting the seals required to obtain it, a certificate of an official trade representative. At these words, the saccharine smile drops from Jai's face. Seals? What seals? We will discuss that when Tessera Von Valencius has prepared the primary documentation. Abelard lets out a stoic sigh and rolls his eyes. You get the feeling that this is not his first personal interaction with the administratum bureaucracy, nor is it his second. Is there no way of getting around these formalities? Fear the wrath of the immortal one, your ladyship. What would become of your protectorate or even the Imperium itself if every person did what you're proposing? No. Lex Imperialis, volume 249, paragraph 18/2, amendment of the 12th cycle of the previous millennium clearly states actions that circumvent the sacred law of the Imperium in pursuit of personal gain are manifestations of human weakness, which is subject to eradication. I'm just going to complete it. I'm terrified of this woman. The perfectly sharpened quill scratches pleasantly on the parchment, but for the first few minutes. The obfuscatory phrasing, footnotes, amendments, you are forced to write out the same details over and over about you, the Protectorate, Theodora Von Valencius, Jai, and then also every living person who bears your family name. If you do not know all the required information, you must complete supplementary forms. Oh my god. Tess, what are we doing? The Master Seals nods in approval and stows the scroll into a tube labeled with your name. Next is the consent form for the processing and notarization of the personal data of your most sacred personage. We're gonna sigh. And the Master of Seals animatedly draws her quill across the surface of the data slate, paying no attention to you. Give your written consent on the presented form. The scroll is whipped away into another tube by the Master Seals. Protocol executed, application received, processed, approved. The servo skull scribe taps out each word after its mistress' pronouncement. Come on, esteemed Damar. What's that you were saying about seals? Oh, goodness. The old woman unhurriedly holds out a printed scroll to Jai. Here's your document, Mistress Hidari. Unfortunately, it does not yet have legal force. I can certify it as the sacred Mercatum Tabula Officiale once it has received 2 seals of approval. They are easy to obtain. In the Imperium Court, administratum servitors have been handling such tasks for over 150 cycles. There is one such servitor here on Dargonis in the Rogue Trader's Palace. The second is duty-bound to keep the seal in the Telecos Epsilon system. Why can the seals not be affixed here in the palace? According to Amendment 3-C/8, implemented by Perfectus Estinia II of Dargonis, one of the seals must be kept in the palace of the ruler of the Von Valentius Protectorate, remaining a symbol of the unbreakable link between the Sacred Warrant and the Adeptus Administratum. The second seal, the ocular lens perched on her nose, clicks as she rifles through moldering scrolls with her wrinkled fingers, is held on Telecos Epsilon system in accordance with Decree OL-008/ZN. Unfortunately, after a fire 200 cycles ago, all that remains of the original decree is an addendum certified by an unknown adept with the initials AA. No, okay. No one's, for a second there, I was like, Abel Hahnemann or anything, but it's not that. I just wasn't sure if it was a link to Pascal at all. No instruction repealing this decree were ever received from Holy Terra, therefore the seal remains where it ought to be. There was a time during my earlier years of service when I performed the duties of the secretary in charge of logistics. Report to the local administratum office. Your words, Master of Seals, bring back memories of which I am not the least bit fond. Why are we doing this? Why am I obliged to handle such a why? Decree 424, Clause 79, Amendment 8 of the law on certifying a Mercatum Tabula Officiale with the sponsorship of a bearer of the Warrant of Trade. The sponsoring rogue trader must be present at placing the certifying of each seal. If this requirement is not met, the document will be deemed invalid. Okay, the goal is clear. Please do return once you've prepared the documents. All right. Yay. I'm so I am so glad.
None shall stand in my way.
We came here first and then went to our world. We're gonna go, not to our world, to our palace after. Mainly because now I can do, get the seal and also do the other thing for, taking in the visitors and get all that done at once. This will be great. I don't know if this matters. If party does matter, just in case, because we're going to do both of these things. I don't think it does, but let's not play around with that and have to leave and come back, because that's annoying for everybody. I can't believe Tess had to do paperwork. Not just a little bit of paperwork either, but 2 hours worth of paperwork. Hello, little... Okay. Little baby. Terrifying child of mine. Okay. Greetings, your ladyship. Greetings, everybody. Into the palace we go. Because this is definitely... What a day Tess is already having. She didn't sign up for all of this, but here we are. All 3 of our terrifying babies are following us. Oh my gosh, I love these cherubs. Oh. Where can I... Wait, why is Jai here? Okay, I guess I should go see... you know who I probably should go talk to? My, Wissarian. I was gonna say my Victus on this place. I kind of miss Victus here. I know Victus deserves a break and everything like that, but I do wholeheartedly miss Victus in these cases. My patience is not easily exhausted. You're coming very close. I shall repeat myself. No, I will not be issuing you any seal. No exchange for your honest word, nor for a bribe. I was going to do it for you. Okay. I can see the family resemblance with Abelard now. You cannot see farther than your own nose, my dear Clementia. It wasn't a bribe. It was a gift. Now, about that seal. I'm right here. Let the rogue trader decide. Your ladyship, I apologize for this ugly scene, but might I ask that you rein in Mistress Sadari and put a stop to her inflammatory actions towards me? As the Exalted One is my witness, Shireen, I've tried everything I could to spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals of the Mercatum Tabula Officiale. I even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm, the certificate with your signature, but your chancellor merely kept batting me away with her flail of baseless denials. I suspect that the reason for this has nothing to do with my humble personage. Clementia purses her lips and glowers at Jai. Oh no, this isn't about me at all. Jai narrows her eyes as she peers into Clementia's face until the latter finally looks away. I see. Well, Chancellor, will you tell us yourself, or should I help you? Whatever is the matter. I'm afraid that my words may anger your ladyship. Clementia lowers her head in shame as if offering it up to be removed from her shoulders. The seal you're looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Her ladyship Theodora von Valencius ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but as you well know, we are a long way away from Holy Terra, and with warp storms ravaging the Koronus Expanse, we have unable to receive a replacement to this day. I presume the responsible one was punished promptly? Rest assured, Theodora von Valencius ordered to have the malefactor dealt with accordingly. Servitude in perpetuis, your ladyship. He now performs his duties to the Imperium without reservation or error. However, she refers to her data slate. One of the worlds under Caligo's Winterscale's rule, like Dargonus, was granted the honor of keeping the sacred sigils of the administratum. The archive of House von Valencius mentions 3 systems that are presently under control of House Winterscale. Those would be the Forged Twins, Langren's Belt, and the Nameless Star. I am confident that the Administratum Palace is located on one of the planets there. We have a better chance of finding the seal in the pocket of some rich collector or offense than on a remote world owned by one of your rivals, Shireen. I suggest we make contact with any traders whom we encounter in our travels. People in my line of work tend to have a good eye for such things. There's every possibility that someone has waited their whole life to return the great relic to its rightful owner. There's something I must discuss with the Chancellor in private. Oh, by all means, Shireen, I dare not waste any more of your precious balm. That is your time on matters related to me, if I may excuse myself. I need to set up a meeting. Clementia immediately focuses on the data slate in her hand. Allow me to report the esteemed navigators of House Orelia have taken residence in the guest estate and await a meeting with you. How would you like to receive them? Make arrangements for a reception worthy. No need for extravagant For a reception worthy of the refined taste of the Navis Novelite. Let's do it. Understood, your ladyship. Clementia promptly makes a note on her data slate. Would you like to hold the meeting shortly? Yes. Then I'll have a messenger sent to retrieve the esteemed guests. I figured this was probably a good idea. Like, let's do this the right way. Let's give them the reception that they probably want, and that too will hopefully allay any fears that they have on the fact that, Tessia is with us. But if they try to take my navigator, I'm gonna have to do a murder. Hey, there it is. Okay. How formal. How formal indeed. Regent Aranto Orselio, esteemed delegation, the rogue trader, and the Von Valencius Protectorate welcome you. Come this way, please. Okay. Let's see what they have to say. Nothing bad can happen, right? Oh, as everybody's laughing off in the distance. So I gotta ask Caligo's Winterscale, potentially, to help me, or find a trader who's willing to trade me one of the seals. That sounds like not a headache at all. The esteemed representatives of the Navis Novelite have arrived at the Rogue Trader's Court, the regent of the great House Orelia, Aranto Orselio. Does Pascal have... Is that one of his mechadendrites, or is that like his rifle out? I can't tell sometimes. Okay. His companions, Lady Glyceria Orselio, Navigator, and his intended bride. Oh my goodness, so many people. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my humble abode. That is a palace, a literal palace. A tall, wizened old man proudly stares at you with milky, unblinking eyes. Loose skin sways with his every move as if the navigator's flesh has detached from his bones. An unsightly hole mars the regent's face where his nose should be, and the old man's skull is covered with spiky growths. Rogue trader. The regent's piercing voice cuts through the silence. On behalf of House Orelia, we would like to express our immense satisfaction at this meeting and our gratitude for the warm welcome. This is because we held a lavish reception. Please let us know there are still ladies in the Koronus Expanse who observe etiquette, and it pleases us to know there are still ladies in the Koronus Expanse who observe etiquette and traditions of hospitality. And yet, this is not why we are here. Our grace is obliged to note how much the rogue trader has done for House Orelia by protecting its beloved child. We waited for many turns to behold her radiant visage. The regent shifts his unblinking gaze to Cassia. Come now, child. There's much we need to discuss. Cassia steps forwards, but then stops and looks at you. Okay. Like, she gotta grow up, right? Cassia smiles faintly and addresses the regent. Esteemed regent, it pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of gold and turquoise above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the rogue trader that I stand here today. And there is so much I want to tell you, but what is it you desire to hear most? We know what happened at the station, child. Your connection to the Atlas has grown so strong we felt the turmoil in your soul, and the events that transpired have shaken us. House Orelia is deeply grateful to the rogue trader for the destruction of the saboteurs and are willing to reciprocate such a magnanimous gesture. We trust that a treaty of friendship and an alliance underpinned by the transfer of several artifacts of exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child. It is time we depart for your new home so we may finish what we started. Esteemed regent, perhaps I could continue my education while still accompanying the rogue trader on her travels. Just imagine how much I could learn beyond the bounds of... Cassia notices the regent's furious glare and falls short. Cassia, I would be honored if you decided to stay with us. Unthinkable! What? Are we going to... Wait, what? Why are we going to war?
Don't just stand there. Help the rogue trader defend the child and the palace.
Okay. Wait, what? Why is there an outright
Down
war?
with Tissiphane's tyranny! Kill the girl!
Who? What? One of your own is turned against us?